Okay. Joining us now, we have Ryan Newman. He's the driver of number 31 Quicken Loans Chevrolet for Richard Childress Racing. We're also pleased to be joined by Jay Farner, who is president and CMO of Quicken Loans. Quicken Loans is obviously the race sponsor for Sunday's race, the Quicken Loans 400 here at Michigan International Speedway, and certainly has become a very, very active and engaged sponsor in our sport with the number 31 car. So, Ryan, let me ask you this: you're with a race sponsor, Quicken Loans. Their headquarters is right down the road. They've got into the sport and jumped in and got very, very involved. And just how important is that for a driver and a race team to have a sponsor as loyal and as energetic as Quicken Loans?
Well, you know how when we come up here to Michigan, we talk about the importance of the manufacturer side of it, and you know what it means to win in the backyard of your manufacturer. So when you can win in the backyard of your manufacturer, your primary sponsor and the sponsor of the race, it's probably about tenfold more important. And you know, we got an opportunity to come up here and test. Had a really good test. Feel like our Quicken Loans Chevrolet is pretty good here in practice. Didn't get the absolute best qualifying lap as I think some other guys did, but you know, it's been a lot of fun working with the guys at Quicken Loans. Their backyard is Detroit. They're in Detroit, so this is their backyard racetrack, and it was my kind of backyard racetrack growing up, being born and raised in South Bend, Indiana. So it's a good opportunity for us to get back to victory lane like we did it in Indianapolis together.
Absolutely. And Jay, welcome. Good to see you again. Just talk about being the sponsor of the race Sunday here in Michigan. That is a huge deal, and certainly greatly appreciated. And then also continued involvement with the number 31 team over there at RCR.
Sure, yeah. Well, like Ryan said, there's nothing better than doing something in your backyard. We've got 12,000 plus team members down in the city of Detroit. We're really actively involved in helping to make sure that Detroit and all of Michigan's growing, and so this is great for our team. We'll bring hundreds of our team members down to watch the race, hopefully watch the 31 car, have a great day, and it's also just great for the state of Michigan. I think it helps show off to the country all the wonderful things that are happening here in the state of Michigan, and MIS is is a beautiful place, so we're excited to be part of it.
Very good. We'll take questions now for Ryan, or if you have a question for Jay as well. We'll start over here with Jeff to the far right. State your name and who you're with, if you would, and then we'll move right along.
Jeff Papworth from the Daily Telegram. Ryan, you've been really consistent with getting a number of top 20 finishes, but how do you get to that extra gear and get in the top 5 and have a chance to win?
Well, we've been working on that. You know, Pocono was a good rebound weekend for us after having a tire issue at the Coca-Cola 600 and then a transmission issue at Dover. So we've been running where we've been finishing for the most part, but we do need to step that up definitely. You know, if you're in the top 10, you got a chance of finishing in the top 5, but rarely can you be in the top 10 and have a chance at winning. You have to be running in the top 5. So it's just a combination of everything. Everybody's got to step their game up a little bit, me included. You know, little things like, you know, watching your speed on pit road, capitalizing on not losing time. You know, just you know, pit stops. Obviously, the race cars are the biggest part of that, but you know, overall, it's just it's a compound effect of all the little things that really make that difference.
Thank you.
Who's up next? Let's go Nate Ryan right here in the middle.
Nate Ryan, USA Today Sports. We heard Dale Jr.'s version of your varied travel morning.
Just so I know, what was that version?
Something the effect of they changed the time and they didn't make you aware of it? Yeah,
no, I talked to Junior, I guess it was I think it was Monday night, and asked him if I could bum a ride up here because my wife and kids are coming up tomorrow on my plane, and it just made sense if I could just jump a ride instead of sending a plane back and forth. And he said, yeah, no problem, and I double-checked and made sure that we were 8:30 Friday morning and everything was good, because this is pretty much the last ride that I thought was going to go out to come up here, and you know, it was convenient, and we were flying into the same airport, and we were supposed to leave at 8:30, and I showed up before 8:30, and his truck was there and the airplane was gone, so I knew I was in trouble at that point. I jumped in my truck and drove across the airport, literally, and happened to see Dale Jarrett's plane sitting there. And I walked in, and Dale wasn't there yet, but his pilots were. And I said, "I'm hoping you guys are going to Michigan, right?" And he said, "Yeah." So I bummed a ride, but it was extravagantly convenient and lucky at the same time.
When did you double checked, like before or like earlier in the week? Because he said something like you should have sent a text Tuesday or something like that.
Yeah, we had texted back and forth a couple times because he wasn't sure about what FBO and all that stuff. So I forget when the last confirmation was, but we were good, and he just honest mistake, I guess, forgot. I don't think it was by any means on purpose. He had more people on the airplane.
And does DJ's son still spot for you?
Yes.
Is that right? Okay.
Yes. Yeah, I got in the car. I told Jason that I said, your old man saved me on this one.
Other questions? Right over here to the right.
It's probably the closest I've been to not making a practice.
Good feeling, I'm sure.
Well, it was a good going. I mean, I made it from Adrian Airport here pretty quick.
Chase Wilhelm, Performance Racing Network. Off-the-wall question for you, Ryan. Going to Sonoma next week, tempers can easily flare out there on the road course. But tempers can also flare out there in your personal car on the highway as well, which leads me to my question. What are some things that really make you angry out there when you're driving your car on the highway?
The biggest thing is people riding in the fast lane. Just, not, I guess it's usually a combination of people riding on the fast lane with their phone in their hand. That really gets me going. But that's the majority of it. Just, I always say accidents happen because two people aren't paying attention. If you cross the center line, then the other person has a responsibility too. But when you're out there driving and you think you're just minding your own business and everything's fine, but you're blocking up traffic, I'm just not big on that. I don't like to lose time on the interstate. It's hard to make time.
Any good road rage stories or anything for you?
Nothing good that we should talk about with cameras running. We've all had road rage stories at some point somewhere, but nothing bad.
Right here, Claire B. Lang.
Claire B. Lang, Sirius XM NASCAR Radio. Jay, what is it that you like? You've been with Ryan for a while. What is it about Ryan Newman? Well, his sense of humor,
Yeah.
obviously, but talk a little bit about Ryan himself.
Well, I mean, he's smooth. He found a way to get up here when he missed his first flight.
Engineered to amaze.
Yeah, this guy makes it happen. So I just think he's got a great personality, and the reason we do sponsorships, and in particular NASCAR, is that we want to connect with the fan base. You don't get a mortgage every day. It's every 5 or 7 years. So we need to find ways to connect with our clients and the fan base and let them know that we're here. And so there's not a better way than pick a guy like Ryan who can do that for us. Good sense of humor, quality guy. Even his road rage stories, I'm sure, are pretty tame. You don't have to worry about him, doing something crazy for your brand. So sharp guy. We say that we're engineered to amaze because we focus on the process and what we're doing, and that's the same thing we've learned with him, is that he's very thoughtful about everything that happens in that race car and on the track, and so we just think he's a good representation of our brand.
Other questions? Well, listen, thanks for coming.
You got a
one
lady in the back there.
All right, all the way in the back. So work our way to the back. Jessica.
I'm asking this question on behalf of Ben White with the Lexington Herald, who couldn't be here today. But Ryan, you were the last Chevrolet winner last year at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Can you talk about Chevrolet's success at that particular track? Chevrolet, the brand, has 10 wins in the last 10 years. So you can just talk a little bit about that. Thanks.
Yeah, I was actually talking to Alba last weekend, and she reminded me of that when we were doing one of our hospitalities at Pocono. It's a pretty impressive stat, actually, to have, and I think she had said 11, but at least 10 of the last 10 in a row to win at a racetrack that is sponsored by Chevrolet is obviously pretty cool, but to be such a big race makes it even sweeter. So, for me, had I not won, Jimmy Johnson would have, and it would have been another Chevrolet in victory lane. But, in the end, it's just an honor. I've always said that Chevrolet, the difference isn't in the nuts and bolts. The difference is in the people, and they have proven, not just in winning the Brickyards, but in championships, that they make a difference. Those people make a difference.
Very good. Well, thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Jay, and the folks at Quicken Loans. Appreciate all you guys and gals do, and look forward to the great race on Sunday. Thank you.
Thanks.